Vikings. They'll have extra vills early, but then Vikings will have a really strong eco later on. But I'd say that the Chinese player can adapt a lot more, and Daniel being the higher rated player and having the potentially the better Civ 2 is going to be really hard for Raiden. We'll see how good his Viking play is. Hey, Adexalt, thank you, man. I appreciate that Prime. Did it go off? Wait, my alert box might be broke. We just started the stream, so some of the stuff might not be going off directly. I see it, but I don't see it. That's very odd. Thank you, though, man. Yeah, no problem. This is going to be a super good game. I'm excited. Why are the Vikings speaking Chinese? Does it just talk whatever you're on, the player? These Vikings are speaking Chinese. Oh, now they switched. So, I don't really like Daniel's base. Very open. Something that could be punished, right? In Castle Age, this type of terrain can be punished. Multiple golds and a stone. There is one back one, so he'd be fine on that. But mid to late castle, lots of people drop castles. So if you can take them off stone, if you want to play aggressive, play pressure, which on a map like this you may want to, since it's so open, then it can be really strong, so they can't just full protect themselves. Gives you a bit more threat. Sable, what up? Yeah, we all should be learning Chinese. Daniel's up 1 vil right now. Yeah, just about exactly 1 vil. So it seems like unless yeah, no, it seems pretty good for Hassan. He'll be like 1.5 vils down, which you can definitely get down more than that. So I think that maybe Daniel idled a little longer or something. Usually you would assume like 2 or more vils lead for China. We'll see though by the end of feudal, maybe it'll swing back his way. I should point out also Raiden's base, just as bad as Daniel's, but see, the threat is much bigger from Daniel because going back into the Civ, he's Chinese, so he can go knights against knights if he had to. Vikings doesn't have bloodline, but then also Vikings doesn't have camel tech, so China will just wreck Viking on horse tech, which means Viking probably won't go for attacking a base like this, right? But Daniel now can attack a base like Raiden's that he will have to open crossbow now, probably, being against China, you would think, unless he's just trying some crazy stuff. So then you've got Chinese playing horse into a base that is very killable. You can take both the golds. There is nice gold and stone in the back and a pretty easy wall off for Viking. So it may not come down to it, but he could definitely lose these. And the hill right here, Daniel would love nothing more than to sit on this hill with a castle and some knights or some siege. All of the above. The mobility factor too. I think this is going to be an uphill battle for our Viking player. Again though, he's got back gold and back stone. And wood. So if he walls up properly, has really good timings, defends well, depending on what Daniel throws at him, you know, he could be totally fine. I would feel uncomfortable personally. Hey, Tristan! Yo, when are you playing Adam, man? I can't wait to cast those games. This is pretty exciting. It's very nice to see USA games. I feel like I have to cast every single one. They're like the nectar. Hey, nectar. Ellie! Thank you. Oh man, many gracias to you. charity stream as well. Why is this one? You mean why is it so good, Tristan? This one opens more potential strategy choices, right? Because it's not only geared to the one. This seems like a fairly balanced AoE or radio. This is wonderful. They should all be like this. Thank you guys, thank you. Still going. That's great. So we've got Militia coming in. Wait, what do we miss here? Raiden came over. So he's Viking. He's going to open Militia. He's going to force the Chinese player into small walling. I kind of like that. You almost force them to play into a unit type. So Daniel's probably going to drop a stable. And then as he drops a stable, since you've got them looking over here, right? Now is the time you wall. He's got loom, so he can wall. As long as you're getting walled by the time the scouts come cross field, you can keep all the melee units out and play defensive. That's kind of what Vikings would favor anyways. He's already on gold. Yeah. That might be a little fast for gold. I don't know about that gold. So for you guys just joining us, we're in the round of 8 in the USA Cup. McCausland and Tristan had some very nice prizes for us. So big thank you to them. But yeah, these games are getting really tight now. We're gonna have Tristan and Adam playing as well. I played Ink yesterday. This is gonna be a super. I feel like it should be close. Hassan's a great player, and Daniel's just been murdering people on the ladder lately. So early range, this is a bit more defensive than I think he needs to go. For me, if you force your opponent into small wall, you know that they have to secure a larger wall, and they're going to be probably prioritizing looking in their own base. Especially if you can get fully walled. Like once he's fully walled, it's a waste, right? We should defend with as little as we can, so if it was me, I think I would just go a couple spears and then full wall it. If you're playing serious and trying to use the meta, put the meta on your side. So Daniel's 2 scouts in. I like this though, you notice Daniel's not making more scouts, so he's trying to get just enough to clear and to keep map control, but not pay any more price than that. So he's trying to clear this up. This is great for him. The spear would have helped a lot if Raiden actually got the spear in there. Arguably could have been like maybe only 1 scout would live, right? Maybe even a win. I mean, having a spear in that fight could have changed everything. 2 of them are 1 shot away. And now, even better for for Hassan, he forced Daniel into a range. Again, he's open, right? So he knows his opponent is open and he's small walling. So any time you tickle this guy, he's gonna laugh in units, right? So we've just gotta tickle him. We don't gotta make an actual army, and this is where Vikings should have had like 4 to 5 more farms than he has right now, and then be going up, in my opinion. But Hassan is playing towards like older style metas, or maybe the more aggressive opening of this style meta where you go the 2 unit types so you can break, but he's already broke, so it's a situation where he didn't actually need it. Feels odd. You see how it's not coming out either? It's certainly being respected by Daniel though. Daniel is making skirms. He made the range, now he's getting blacksmith. So it's paying off. Hassan is a really strong old AoE player. He was like 2,500 at certain points on Boobly. He was the best USA player for several years. And then I took over. I slapped him around. And then he got rusty. He rusted out. I think he got married and had a kid or something. That's usually what happens. That'll take a few years. Skirms with no upgrades, I like it. Hassan still just content to sit in his base. And again, I have to point the range out. It's odd that it came out so fast. If there's only one in it, no. There's a shit ton in there. Alright, well, he'll be up anyways. But yeah, it could have been up much quicker. I think that he really caught Daniel off guard with the drush. You saw how much reaction it took from Daniel, right? Like, infinite reaction. He walled the same amount anyways, plus the small walls and the idling, and then it also forced the range out because he had to respect a unit switch from his opponent. I mean, it's so weird not seeing him move out with it. I think he just doesn't want to lose any archers until he gets crossbow. That's not wrong, right? He is against a civ that could go knights and camels like we talked about, and he's on a base where he's got 2 forward golds, so you really do want to like snowball your archer numbers in feudal. You don't want to lose any HP on any of them. You want to get to a big ball of crossbows, so you can like 1 to 2 shot knights ideally, and then you can really bully knight players around and go light numbers of knights yourself to clear mangoes and stuff if you need to. You don't really want to go down the knight line against China though, like directly. Yeah, this game is live. This game is definitely live. Double range now coming out for Daniel. I guess he's already on the range tech. He wasn't really sure how many are coming out. His gold is forward. He doesn't want to drop a tower, so he has to respect the fact that crossbow timing could come out, which means he has to keep making a unit that he can keep making in this age, which would be the ranges, instead of waiting for knight. If he was going to go for knight, I think that he would have needed to go up much faster than the opponent. So I like the switch from him. It saves the stone. It keeps him a bit safer. It's not going to be as impactful for taking the map control here, I don't think. I think Vikings should be perfectly fine fighting against crossbow of Chinese. So we'll have to see. 3 population difference. But now we do have the Viking. Okay. The Viking wheelbarrow for free, so there's 3 more vills for Daniel, but Raiden's vills are working a little bit better. I don't actually know what the trade-off is there, but which is better. Probably, I mean, I guess the Chinese would be ahead for a little bit, and then the Vikings probably catch up. That's probably how it goes. No TCs yet for Raiden. Again, going super hyper defensive here. Mangonel first. Definitely afraid of the elite skirm of Daniel. That's a pretty big investment for only 6 skirms. But he knows that his opponent has to be on crossbow, so I mean he just wants to counter it really hard. Procaster, yeah, huh? Wait till you see my transitions. Yo, Rusty. I think we had Daniel versus Peak Spring. Not even Peak Spring. I beat him the last one, remember? Come on. It's my shiny moment. You can't forget. I think so, Ellie. It was suggested by Dragonstar. He was like, your stuff looks terrible. Use this one. Although it was blurry the other day. I don't know if it's still acting up. Nice micro here by Hassan. Pushing Daniel back a bit, both on the same tier upgrades. 5 extra vills now for Daniel, and I'm guessing that he has a TC going up real soon. So he actually went for ballistics first into TC. So he decided to invest into elite skirm, double range, and university before going to that second TC. So I think he really wanted to put pressure onto this Viking. He did know it was open and the 2 golds. Maybe he thought that if Raiden tried to move out, make a TC there or something, that he could have done big damage. He also sees a lot of wood lines that are targetable by range, so I guess that's another argument for going uni first. It will slow down his eco a little bit, but I think that he'd actually prefer to play off position anyways. But he's still getting a good eco lead. Raiden's actually not being able to boom behind it. I think that he went way too heavy on gold. His eco management is a bit sloppy. a little bit too conservative, I would say, all the way through. But this is a player whose old style is very aggressive, and he's, I think, a little bit new to this meta, so it does take a while to adapt to the super defensive style, when to know when to actually defend fully, like when you're against an all-in, or when you just need to defend really light and go into eco advantages. Walking up a hill. Daniel's also got knights now to clear the mangonels. He knows that his opponent's on mangonels, so he doesn't need very many knights. He's already got that one stable out, so might as well trickle some in there. He's whittled down the crossbow numbers of Raiden. So once they're, you know, in these low numbers, they're not really hurting the knights that much. You're not afraid of just diving in here. Oh, big shot there by Hassan though. Really well played. Nice job. Daniel's still gonna get the full clean though. Always feels good though seeing the big mango shot. There's that university ballistics coming in. Got one build, almost two. It's a good thing my throat dried out into a desert the second I start trying to cast something. It's like, oh, you want to talk a bunch now? Do you? Is that what you feel like doing? Lots of knights. Yeah, I don't know what Raiden can really do here other than I think he just has to stick to the game plan. He has to keep walling and then get on stone soon and drop a castle. He can't really afford to take the map control. Daniel's already got it. He's going to take this hill. I think Viking player now has to full turtle, get to it faster with a stronger like base army. So go right into Arb. Hopefully you can do it before Chinese does too much damage. If you can get your castle out at the right time, you might be okay. Daniel's got such a good Vil lead though that him having this Vil lead and having the map control, oh my god, it's not even map control, he's like also getting kills. Well, might be overthrowing here. No, he's got it for sure. Nice, getting some raids here. 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. Also some forward siege, so Daniel is looking all over the place. He's got the googly eyes. Ooh. Hassan doesn't have a university upgrade. You could tell there as they walk sideways. Daniel's archers dodged red shots. So watch how this goes down. Blue units hit everything they shoot at just about, and the red ones miss every time this guy walks sideways. So micro is really important sometimes. This is a great spot to use your micro, right? Once you have ballistics against non-ballistics, most people can clear that fight. Yeah, he's dead. GG. Man. Daniel giving him the heat right away. Very nice, very nice. So, big things here for Daniel that helped him get the map control. We saw him go right into university and 3 military buildings right in Castle Age. So he's not actually prioritizing like the turtle play where you drop the TCs and go eco and defend. He saw something in his opponent's map, probably this location, and the woods exposed. And then he decided to go more heavy on military and pressure, knowing that Viking has much less threats to China. So really well played there. Little bit of the different progression, but he still maintained the higher Vil count because he did get the rating in. And he got all the map control, so well played.